All right, my sisters, this is what we're going to hook up for our first week of Ramadan. We're going to have some salmon croquettes. I'm going to show you how I fix that. Some potatoes, mashed potatoes, and cabbage. All right. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just get started cutting the potatoes. And the reason I like to cook, I'm going to tell you this, the reason I've been cooking my food all at once for the week, I've been doing that for over 20 years. As time has allowed, there was a period of time where I was extremely busy and I could not do it. But for the most part, I've been cooking my food all at once for the week. I'm not a person who minds leftovers, and I love the food I cook, so I can eat it any day of the week. I can eat it for breakfast, lunch, dinner. It does not matter to me. So anything I'm cooking, I'm willing to eat all week. That's just for convenience purposes. So when I'm through with my day, all I have to do is heat the food up. I don't have to worry about cooking it. That's the main reason I've been doing it. Right now, I'm doing it and suggesting that you do it, or to at least consider it, is because we don't want to have to be worrying about fixing food during Ramadan. We want to go ahead and be able to do our worship. And if you work or have kids, just work in the house, whatever, it's going to be hard enough just trying to get some extra worship in, you know? So when I started thinking about how I wanted my Ramadan to go this year, I said, well, Lord, I've got to think of some ways where I can have some energy and, you know, can utilize my time best while I'm awake. So I said, let me fix my food all at once. And really, some of my food, I'm going to go ahead and freeze. So everything that I'm going to be showing you all that I'm cooking, preparing for the month of fasting, it can all be frozen. Now, that's what I want you to know. You can either cook it at the beginning of the, the beginning of each week for the whole week, or you can do it a couple of weeks in advance, or just the day before the month starts and freeze it. It's up to you how you want to work that, but I'm going to try to freeze some of mine in advance. But this is the first thing that I'm doing. Now I'm going to turn this on high, and we'll put it about on 8, 9. Let that start boiling. I'm going to take a little bit of this water out of this pot so it won't boil over. I'm going to let those potatoes start boiling. And then we'll check back on those after a while. Now, got that going. I'm going to go ahead and put let me back up. I'm going to go ahead and cut. I'm going to go ahead and cut this. That's just the water. Sorry about that. Let me wipe that. All right, that should cut that down on that noise. I want to put all this red onion in my salmon. So I have a food processor. I could go ahead and put it in there to shorten up the time, but I'm going to just go ahead and put it in here. I mean, just cut it up right here. No big deal. It won't take that long to do. And we'll get all that onion set up for the salmon. Because I like onion. If you don't like onions that much, don't put that much in it. Put however much you want in it. Okay, so I'm just putting the amount that I think I would like. So let's see, let me go ahead and get that. Put that in there. Some more. All right, and then this one last chunk. We got that going in there. All right. I'm going to go ahead and put all this cilantro in there because I definitely want, I love cilantro. It's good for you. I want all that in the salmon. So let me get that in there. And I'm going to put those stems. I'm going to go ahead and put those stems in there too. Whenever we can eat stems, we need to get it. We need to do it. That's extra food. You know what I'm saying? Help fill the plate. All right, so now cut that up one more time. Okay, that's pretty good. Put that in there. I'm gonna go ahead and mush out and break up this salmon, get it in pieces, because I don't want to have big chunks in there either. So that's what I'm doing right here, just getting that right there in some order. Now, let me rinse my hands off right quick, because now I'm going to put the seasonings in there. So hold on, let me get that together. All right, so, oh no, I'm going to do one more thing. I have the corn. I'm going to go ahead, I've drained it as well. I'm going to go ahead and put that corn in there. And that corn is going to be pretty good. I don't really, that might be a lot, but we're going to just put it in there anyway. All right. And then what I'm going to do first, I'm going to put a little cayenne pepper in there. I kind of like stuff spicy, so you know, you might be saying, honey, that's not a little bit, but it's okay. So now this is smoked paprika. So I definitely want to get some smoked paprika in there. And I'm just going to do like a half a tablespoon, but really you put whatever you want to put in there. That's how that goes. You just put whatever seasonings you like, and however you like to fix your food, you just go ahead and do that. This is Burberry seasoning, or Berber. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce it anymore. I think it's Burberry, but I'm not sure. Anyway, I'm gonna put a half a teaspoon of that because I love it. It's Ethiopian seasoning. And then let's see here. That's all the powdered seasonings I have. And I do have some lemons I could cut up and squeeze in here, but I have this lemon juice. So I'm going to just go ahead and put 1-2 tablespoons of lemon. I think that'll make that salmon taste really good. And then I'm gonna move this back to the side, and I'm gonna crush this garlic clove, crush it, and then I'm gonna cut this garlic clove up as much as I can, just in small pieces, because I'm gonna put that in there too. Let me crush this one and do the same thing. See how much we can get in there. Let's see. I got my hand covering what I'm doing. Can't cover my hand, then y'all can't see what I'm doing. But I'm going to take my time and get that. Now, I don't mind biting into garlic. I don't want to bite into a whole clove, but I don't mind biting into a little chunk. Again, this is something I could put in my food processor, but sometimes it doesn't seem worth it to have that cleanup and all that when you can just cut it with a knife right quick. And I'm not doing that much. If I was doing a lot, that'd be different. All right. So I've got this cut up pretty much as much as I want to cut it up. So I'm going to just spread that around. So hopefully it won't show up in just one place when I mix it up. All right. And then I'll put this bowl right back over here. And then we're going to crack one egg. Put one egg in there. All right. I'm going to put that right there. And don't worry, I washed my towels, so that's not going to make anybody sick. And then, Lord willing, that's not going to make anybody sick. And then I'm going to just I didn't bring another measuring spoon over here, but I'm going to just take this wooden spoon I brought over here that I never used for anything, and I'm going to just put like this much, maybe just a little bit more, just a little bit more. That's too much. Okay, just a little bit more and get that all together. All right, and I'm going to stir it up with this spoon for a minute, and then I'm going to get in there with my hands, and I'm going to have to in a little bit, but I'm going to just keep stirring it up for now. Those potatoes are starting to boil a little bit, so that's good. And I just love salmon croquettes. I grew up eating salmon croquettes. My grandparents, we ate at my grandparents' house a lot, and they lived right down the street, and they fixed a seafood item every Friday. It was either some type of fish or salmon croquettes. And so I love salmon croquettes, and they're something real fun to eat and healthy. They're good for you, so you can't go wrong with salmon croquettes. All right, so what I'm gonna, you know what? I've never stirred this up. I always use my hands. So this turned out really good. I'm gonna just sit this in the refrigerator for about 15-20 minutes and let it get harden up some. And then I'll be back. I'm gonna cut up this cabbage while I'm gone, and then I'll show you what I'm doing with it too. All right, so now I'm gonna cut up some cabbage. Get this cabbage cut up. You cut that cabbage however you want to cut it, whichever easiest for you to get it cut, so you can get it in your. That's a little hard, so I'm noticing that one's hard, so I'm not gonna add that to it. And then let's see. Cut it up some more. All right, that looks like that's about all we can take out of there. I'm gonna turn these potatoes down a little bit. Now, I've got my cast iron skillet, or it's a double Dutch oven, the top. It's already greased and all that, but I'm gonna add a little oil to the skillet. Maybe not a little, I like a lot of olive oil. And I'm gonna start cutting this cabbage up so I can put it in the skillet, and I'm gonna go ahead and put it in the skillet so it can start cooking. So that's what we're gonna do right here. You saw I fermented some cabbage earlier, but I loved cooked cabbage and I love slaw. So I eat it in a variety of ways. It does not matter to me. I love all cabbage, all things cabbage I love. All right, and another thing I'm gonna say to y'all, you know, I said how cooking once a week, it really helps. It helps so much. Like right now, I'm so sleepy from being up from working today. But I can't imagine if I was doing this every day, getting this food together every day. I have to do it once a week. And if we don't do it once a week, that's kind of how we get into eating out and stuff. And it's so much cheaper and healthier to eat at home. So I'm hoping that I can inspire some of you all to cook once a week if you don't already during the month of fasting. And if you like it, keep it up. But I can't tell you how relieved I feel when I come home. I mean, not when I come home, but when I come in the kitchen and I know I'm just heating up food as opposed to cooking a whole big old meal. It makes me feel really good. Now, let's see here. I'm almost finished with that. And I still will put some of that fermented cabbage on the side. It doesn't matter that I already have cooked cabbage. I can put fermented cabbage on the side as well. It does not matter. And again, we're talking about doing things, cooking your food the way you want to cook your food, the way you like it. You don't have to follow a particular recipe, like with baking and different specialty items like that. You may need to follow the directions because you want your dough to rise and your texture to be correct and stuff like that. But when it comes to other stuff, you can pretty much do it however you want to do it, which is fantastic. All right, so that's just about finished. Now, I love onions in my cabbage too. So this is the other onion I've put in the salmon. That was red onion. This is going to be a white one, and I'm going to slice it thinly, kind of thin. And I'm going to just put that in here. I'm just going to put that in here on top of it. I'm not worried about anything. I'm just putting that in here, and I'm going to let that water from the cabbage and the onions start to make water for this pot. And then we'll see how that goes. It will go fine. Can't really mess up cabbage. Can't mess up cabbage. And a lot of people like straight up boiled cabbage. I don't like that. That's one way I don't like it. I like it like this, kind of fried. All right. So put that like that. Okay. Now I'm going to check back with you once this gets to cooking and those potatoes are basically done. All right, let's get back to it. You can see I've got the cabbage cooking. Let me scoot that back some. It's cooking. I had it up high a little bit at first, and then I turned it down. So now it's going to just be cooking for a little while until it gets done. So we're going to let that cook. Keep cooking while we're dealing with the other food. All right, so now that's taken care of. I'm going to leave that right here. Now I have the mashed potatoes. They're done. And I'm going to just mash them just a little bit. You mash your potatoes how you like them. And, you know, that's the beauty of having the baked mashed potatoes. You can go ahead and make them super moist. I mean, super soft. Hold on one moment. I said hold on one moment like I was on a cooking channel or something. Thank y'all though. I just cut these up in pieces so it can melt around here. And I think I'm going to leave that like that for now. I might add some more in a little while. We'll see. And then mash it a little bit more. A little bit more. See what we have going on. And when I'm cooking food myself, for myself, I don't mind to get that spoon that I was just using for the cabbage. I don't mind to get it and put it with the potatoes. It's because while I'm cooking, it's getting right back hot. That's one thing. It's going to be right back hot, and it's all vegetables. I don't cook meat. I don't even eat that much meat. You'll see I don't eat that much meat. So we don't have anything like that we need to concern ourselves with. Now, put the butter in there. This is a little almond milk, and it's actually got vanilla in it, but I'm going to just put a little bit in there. So that'll give that a nice little flavor. And I'm going to add different things that I like to my potatoes. And I like a lot of different things. You'll see my seasonings are different. So, and I left that skin in there too. I love potatoes with skin. And I'm going to just put just a little salt in there. Okay. And then I'm going to put something I really like that I didn't pay that much attention to. And so I kind of like this everything bagel seasoning, but I'm not going to put that in there on this one this time. I'm going to just put a little black pepper, just a little. And then I'm going to just leave that basically like that. Salt, pepper, butter, and milk. And I'm pretty sure that's going to taste good. The only thing I need to see if it needs a little bit more salt, then I can certainly just add salt to it on the plate. Now, I am going to rinse this off because it ended up having so much potatoes left on it. So let me put these potatoes to the side, and then we'll get to cooking the salmon, and then we'll be almost ready. Okay, so now I'm going to put the potatoes back here. Nothing was on. And then I've already got some olive oil in this frying pan. And let me check on the cabbage now. It's doing good. Doing good. Woo! Doing real good. Hold on just a moment. I said hold a moment again. Get a dry one. Let's stir this up. Now, I'm going to put the rest of this butter in here because I definitely like butter. Definitely like butter in my, definitely like butter in my cabbage. You like butter in your cabbage? Let me know. All right. So now, stir that up some. And also, you got to think about during Ramadan, you're not going to be that hungry at the end of the day. That stomach is going to start shrinking, and you're not even going to need like that much to satisfy you for dinner. So you know what I'm saying? So anyway, I'm going to put a little salt in here. Same thing, if it's not enough salt later, you can easily add it at the table or on your plate. And then I'm going to leave that. I might add, that hasn't been opened. I don't think there's really anything else I want to add. Some pepper maybe, but I'm going to leave that. I'm going to just leave that for now. Let that keep cooking. If I had some lemon pepper, I probably would like to put that in there. I could easily squeeze a lemon or something like that, but I like lemon flavor in a lot of stuff. But okay, I'm going to leave that for now. Put that lid back on there. And turn it down a little bit more. And then I'm gonna get started on this salmon croquette. So let's see, I'm gonna get just a little bit. Let's get a little bit and see what that oil is looking like. Oh, it's doing a little something. I'm gonna turn it up a little bit. Turn it up because I want it to get real nice and crispy on the outside initially, and then okay, got that right there. Yeah, it's almost ready. I definitely don't want to put it in there before it gets ready. Let me taste these potatoes and see what's going on. Okay. Okay. Oh, that vanilla. That gives it a nice taste. I'm going to put a little bit more salt in there. Oh. That tastes real good. That plant-based milk. That was almond milk. Put it just to taste a little bit more. All right now. All right. Start forming these patties. And like I said, you put as much salmon. If you need 2 cans for your family, then you put 2 cans in there. You need 3, whatever. You know what you need as far as salmon goes. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and put 1 in here. Okay, that's pretty good. It needs to get just a little hotter. That's doing good, but I'd rather it be just a little hotter. Let's see here. I think that's pretty good. So let me put that in there. Okay. All right now. Oh, snap. Smelling good. Now, you can freeze these patties once you cook them. You can freeze what I have in the bowl. You can freeze that, make them into patties, freeze them, take them back out, let them thaw and cook them or bake them. You can fry them or bake them. It's up to you. Me, I'm going to just make 4 tonight. And then I'm going to put the rest away. Let me rinse my hands off. You can also put them out. You can leave them in what I like to do and what I normally do is leave them out. I leave them in the refrigerator and I take them out and cook them fresh every day. So that's up to you if you want to do that. It's up to you. Or if you want to freeze them, already get the patties made and freeze them and then just take them out. Now, you can freeze this cabbage as well. If you want to make your food in advance where it's already ready and you're just taking it out for the week, you can certainly put this in you can put this in a sandwich bag or a storage container and put it in the freezer. And you can do the same thing with the potatoes. So you can leave those potatoes cubed, cut up, and then take them out and cook them. So all of this will last you fresh for the entire week, or you can freeze it and take it out for the week. It's up to you. Oh, let me try that again. Oh, I don't think, let me see. Can you see that? Let me try to switch this down a little bit. Hold on. Ah, there we go. A little better. Now, let's see. I turned one over. Let me turn the other one over. Woo! All right. Woo! Turn that one over. Oh, these look good. Woo! All right, let me turn that one over. All right. I'm going to turn that down. Ooh, one of these didn't stay together, and that's okay. It's all right. Most of them did, and I probably would just use less corn the next time, and that's okay. Trial and error, but that one came apart. This one came apart. We're not going to worry about that, though, okay? So those look really good. Those look really good for the most part. Those look good, and I know they're going to taste good. Now, I'm going to be back with you to show you my plate. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit more. So I'll see you in a minute. All right, y'all. You saw the finished product. Bismillah. And you may be wondering what this is. This is fermented mangoes. All right. So it's always good to have something fermented with each meal. So these are the fermented mangoes that I have. They're so good. They're so good. Now, something else I have that you may be wondering what it is. It's a smoothie with mangoes as well. I love mangoes. This has mangoes, a little lemon juice, a little panela, which is a type of sugar, but it's unprocessed and it still has nutrients in it. And I have water in it and spirulina powder. And it's delicious. I hope you enjoyed seeing what I'm going to cook for Ramadan. I'm going to fix this food, the same thing, and for the week. And I have a few other, I've got some more dishes that I'm going to show you too. And I plan to get ready really early. And as I mentioned earlier when I was in there cooking, we don't need to be spending our time this Ramadan trying to figure out what we're going to cook. We got to already know what we're going to cook, and preferably already have it cooked. It's hard enough going on trying to put this down a little bit. Oh, I thought I could get it down to the table. I'm sorry. Anyway, it's hard enough. It's going to be hard enough just trying to get the things done that we need to do our obligatory things, but we want to get in as much as we can this month. So if we don't have to worry about our food, then that's fantastic. Our food will already be cooked. We just have to heat it up. And I have 4 more dishes that I'm going to show you that I'm going to cook, Lord willing. But I also have 1 dessert that I'm going to cook. Very simple, that I'm going to bake. Very simple. And I want to show you that as well. So, and then a few snacks. Now, I've been thinking about doing this channel for years, but I just now decided to really go for it because I know there's so many of us women who are suffering, who have suffered, who are healing, who are in the middle of healing, that have gone through so many things in Islam. And it's not just a convert thing, although I am a Muslim convert. I became Muslim when I was 19 years old. And I've definitely had some rough times. So that's the reality of it. But I'm so thankful that I still believe in Allah and I still want to practice this way of life. So I'm so thankful. At the same time, there are so many things that I could have done differently had I known a little different. And so, as an older person, I want to talk to younger Muslims, Muslim females. I want to talk to my own peers. You know, just a support system. I want us to be able to support each other. And I want to really emphasize that it's so important to take time for ourselves. A lot of times in the religion, it is emphasized that we need to get married. And I would like to emphasize that, you know, that's nice, but we also need to take care of ourselves and spend time with ourselves and get into a great mental space where we're ready to be in a relationship. We need to fall in love with Allah, and we need to fall in love with ourselves. And until those two things happen, it's going to be kind of hard for any other relationship to work, because those are our most important relationships, with our Lord and with ourselves. So I just want to show you all and share with you all what I've done, and how this journey to Muslimah is really working out for me. But at the same time, I've gone through many trials, and I still experience trials. I'm still experiencing trials, but things are much different right now. So like I said, I just want to share with you all some of my life experiences, lessons I've learned, different highlights of my journey as a Muslim. And I want us to do nice, fun things together. We're still in a situation right now where we may not all be going out or going out and socializing. So I want to do nice, fun things on this channel. I want us to do nice things. I want us to come together and be preparing for the month of fasting. And I also want to share with you all some other things I'm doing, because it's not just the food. We know fasting is not just about food, but it is very important. That's why I'm getting it taken care of first. And then at the same time, I want to show you all some things, or talk to you all about getting our worship together. And that could mean a lot of things for a lot of different people. It could mean one extra prayer a day. It could mean dhikkering. It could mean not cussing. It could mean a lot of different things. It could be just smiling. There's no judgment here. We do what we do, and we do the best we can, and hope that Allah will show us mercy, So it's whatever we want to do, but it's some different things that we can talk about. And I'm hoping that we can get together a few late nights or early mornings, or both, during Ramadan, so that we can have some fun. Maybe we could break a couple of fasts together. I think that would be fun. But just talking about getting ourselves in motion, ready for Ramadan, and then hopefully we'll carry some of those habits outside of the month, So I'm just so glad that I made this video today, and I'm glad that you all are here, and I hope that we can bring each other support. And we're going to talk about some hot topics too, because it's hot topics in Islam, and it's hot topics. So we're going to definitely talk about those hot topics and keep it real. I'll say this. What I've learned, the main thing that I've learned is that the relationship that we really need is the one with Allah, because at the end of the day, that's who is our provider, that's who is our protector, our forgiver, He's everything. So, and at the end of the day, at some point, we all have to acknowledge that, whether we go on and behave in such a way where we're building that relationship with Him and making it a priority, that's one thing. But sometime in our life, something happens to let us know all that matters is our relationship with Allah. So that's where I am right now in my life. I understand that my relationship with Allah is what is most important. Nobody can facilitate that for me. I have to do that myself, and that's what I have learned, and I'm okay with that. We have to be able to live with ourselves, and we have to establish that very important relationship if we want peace in our lives. That's what I've learned for myself. there is no peace if we are not doing what we're supposed to be doing with our Lord. If we are not intentional, I do believe, and I want to learn even more about the promises that our Lord gave us. He has promised us that if we do certain things, then we can expect certain things from Him. He has explained everything to us. And I'm going to say this, and then I'm going to hop off of here. I say all the time, Allah puts us up on game if we pay attention. We got to get in His book and read, though. He puts us up on game, tells us how people act, how we will act, how we should respond, what He's going to do, what we need to do in turn. I mean, there's no question left unanswered. He tells us everything that we need to know. The question is, will we believe and do it? So I want to help myself more, and I want to help you all. I want us to have a great community of people who are genuine about moving to the next level in our relationship with our Lord. So in the comments, let me know how you feeling. How are you feeling, and what has Allah done for you, and just how you feel. Just let me know how you feel, and you all let me know anything that you want me to know. And I'll be on here again, inshallah, tomorrow with another dish that I'm making to prepare for this beautiful holy month. All right? Lord willing, I'll be back on here with another video. I love you all. I don't know who you are, but I'm going to tell you right now, I love you. It does not matter to me who you are. It does not matter to me where you came from. It doesn't matter to me what your social status is. It does not matter to me what your race is. It does not matter to me. I am not judging, and no one here will judge. That's the promise I can make to you all. If I become aware of someone judging, being unkind, that's not something that is happening here. We are all on a journey, and we are all working at different levels, and we have no idea what's going on with each other. Unless someone shares, we have no idea. Okay? And so this is just a nice, loving place where we will learn from each other. We will have fun with each other. We will worship the Lord with each other and grow on this journey to Muslimah. All right? So until next time, salam.